Hazy, hot, and humid on Friday. Good Thursday night, East Tennessee. David Aldrich, Captain Accurate here from the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. Well, we did it. We reached the longest day of the year. Did you enjoy it? Did you get out and enjoy it with the sun down at 8:55 tonight? Oh, it was a long day. But you know what? That means it's a short night. Conversely, it's the shortest night in the Northern Hemisphere. This summer solstice thing that we call the longest day occurred at 4:50, the highest sun angle, and it's the earliest summer solstice, I understand, from what I was reading today, since the days of George Washington. But we hit a high of 91 degrees. That was at 5:02. We did hit 92, which was what I was expecting. That occurred in Oak Ridge. Anderson County hit 92 today, but the normal high 87, the record high 98 from 1931. We saw 90s in Morristown, Middlesboro, Athens, and Sevierville, Pigeon Forge. We saw a 90 in Jonesville, while it was 88 degrees in Crossville and Wartburg today, and they saw 93 in Chattanooga and Nashville, 94 in Tupelo, which is what I expect. I think we could be 3 degrees warmer tomorrow, so aim for a high around 94 on your Friday. That's certainly in and on the table. Meanwhile, as we talk about this summer solstice thing, you remember the Earth is tilted on its axis, 23.5 degrees. You may remember that from middle school science class. That's what gives us the 4 seasons. And of course, summer may be your favorite season. Maybe you're a bigger fan of winter, spring, or maybe the fall when it's football time in Tennessee. But this is interesting because the earliest summer solstice occurred today since the days of George Washington. George Washington, in the year 1796, by the way, was 64 years old. That was toward the end of his nearly 8-year term. He actually was elected, I read today, when he was 57 years old. But at 64, which was 228 year year 1796, that's how long. There's a little quirk they said in the calendar, but it is kind of interesting to note that we don't normally see the summer solstice occur this early on June 20th, but it does occur sometimes on the 21st, 22nd. But the Earth's axis is tilted toward the sun, so we get the longest day, shortest night in the Northern Hemisphere. Ultimate Doppler radar not showing any rain tonight. Hardly anything really to talk about, but the Ultimate Doppler radar presented by Marco's Pizza. You might want some comfort food. You could go to marcos.com. They have locations in Hardin Valley and Farragut. They're in Blount County, in Maryville. They've got a location in Fountain City and Halls, and they represent Anderson County there in Oak Ridge, Middlebrook Pike, and Ebenezer Road. Maybe you're hungry for a pepperoni pizza, less than $10, or the new Pizzoli for lunch for less than $6. You gotta love that pepperoni and sausage. That is my favorite. By the way, radar showing quiet weather here. More heat concerns across parts of Pennsylvania and the Ohio Valley. Some of those purple fuchsia areas represent not just a heat advisory, but talk about Northwest Ohio. They've got an excessive heat warning. I mean, they're really worried about the heat up there, and they are being taxed, no doubt, by the extreme heat and humidity affecting those areas. Meanwhile, thunderstorms popping up in northwestern Nebraska, but not Omaha. And we've had some more thunderstorms across parts of Texas, but the worst of Alberto has already played out. This is now the remnants of Alberto, but don't put your guard down just yet. If you have family or friends down in Texas, they're going to get another storm, sadly, and maybe even into parts of Florida and Georgia, which I want to show you here, the update coming in by way of the National Hurricane Center. So we can cross off the name Alberto. If we get 2 more storms in the next week, that would be Burl, followed by Chris, and that would leave Debbie on the on-deck circle. So that's my little baseball reference there. But notice National Hurricane Center has a 60% chance something comes off the Yucatan and goes right back chasing Alberto. Like boy versus girl, right? The Lady Burl might be chasing Alberto, maybe. But more seriously, the 50% chance has grown. That was a 20 or 30% chance just a day ago. So there is an opportunity for some very heavy rains near Jacksonville and possibly even towards Savannah and Tybee Island. We'll be watching that closely. Notice the cumulus puffy clouds fading away as the sun gets lower in the sky. Even though the days are long, this map loses its utility once the sun goes down. But you can still see a few clouds back toward Missouri and Arkansas at this image. Closer up, those cumulus clouds passing through Oneida, Wartburg, and across the area, but pretty quiet, all things considered. I'll just describe it as a mostly clear sky, but some patches of fog may be found tomorrow morning. Dew points are higher in Lexington, Bowling Green, for example. They're in the upper 60s, more humidity there. While we're in the lower 60s, we've got 63, so it's tolerable. But when you're 5 degrees more humid, like Bowling Green or 6 degrees more humid like Lexington, it does start to take away the comfort level down a bit. Stuffy weather is going to be anticipated during the day tomorrow. There's 8 o'clock Friday. There's midday, maybe a few thin spots there in the western mountains of North Carolina. But you can see by 5 o'clock, there's still enough humidity that we can still label it as the 3 H's, hazy, hot, and humid. Heading into Saturday, it stays and remains rather sticky, and that'll be with us again on Sunday. I've got a 20% chance of shower storms on Sunday and a 60% chance on Monday. So that's the humidity outlook. Headlines look like this. Longest day, shortest night underway, hotter to end the week, and best rain chance for our tomato plants, for your tomato plants, and maybe your cucumber plants. Best rain chance will be on Monday, as storms might be on the stronger, possibly severe side. Storm Prediction Center showing some colors of the very familiar yellow and maybe even dark green across Minneapolis, St. Paul. It's not in Omaha, though. Omaha may have general thunderstorms tomorrow. But if there were a few spots that should be mentioned, it would be Rapid City, South Dakota, Sioux Falls, and maybe some isolated storms near Denver and Billings, Montana. There's also concern. Pittsburgh, Scranton, Syracuse, Albany could get some isolated severe storms tomorrow. And they did remove. I didn't have any. I held my ground. I said no rain for Knoxville on Friday. They did take away the light green and now placed it over the Tri-Cities. So if we get any thunder tomorrow, it should be out of our viewing area by and large. And notice on Saturday, big game, of course, obviously, against Texas A&M, Tennessee Vols. I don't have Omaha under the crosshairs, but Oshkosh and Green Bay, Rochester, Minnesota, might get some scattered severe storms. You'll notice that Omaha is out of the mix. Yes, they could get some general thunderstorms, but they're not like Kansas City. Kansas City, Milwaukee may get the isolated severe. And then on Saturday, still not convinced. Still not convinced. Maybe a spot shower for Johnson City, but I don't think anything's going to occur here on Saturday. And here's another look at that futurecast. Watch as we move into tomorrow morning. Nothing. Just some sunshine and haze and some fog. Maybe a little bit of model noise near Bryson City. That seems to be the trend on this map, but it fades away. 5 o'clock tomorrow, nothing to see here. We head into Saturday. Could we keep it dry on Saturday? I believe we could. I think this is overstated. Why would I say that? Because I think what's going to be happening off the coast of Georgia and Florida might sap some of the energy that this would otherwise bring. If we have some activity developing off the coast of Georgia, near Savannah, or maybe off the coast of Jacksonville, Florida, this may not even come to pass. And I suspect it won't. My suspicion is we'll stay dry on Saturday. Sunday, different story. 20% chance. I do think the front gets a little closer near St. Louis, and I think we've got a 20% chance of shower storms there. Best chance comes Monday. Monday may look like this. First thing in the morning, most of it will be early. Early storms on Monday, so if you plan on outdoor activities on Monday afternoon, things should be improving, because what's going to happen is that front's going to sweep by and things will dramatically improve. What may not be improved will be the chance for some fog tomorrow, and this places it squarely over the heart of the valley and southern valley for potential reduction of visibility. We'll keep an eye on that tomorrow, and we'll have another update at 6:40 with a live stream, both on Facebook and YouTube. Now, as far as the forecast tonight, dropping down to 69, mostly clear and warm, patches of fog by morning, light winds, generally northeast variable 0 to 5. Tonight, down to 68, Maryville. 65 for Sevierville, and look for a low of 68 in Oak Ridge, Anderson County by morning. Yes, 94 is hot. 94 happens to be the hottest day we saw all of last year. Last year, we hit 94 3 times in the calendar year of 2023. Could we hit 94 tomorrow? It'll be interesting. The 3 H's, hazy, hot, and humid on the board. 89 for Sevierville, a little cooler there, but 94 Newport. And I suspect we could see a high of 89 in Crossville in the heart of Cumberland County during the course of your Friday. Here's your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville, East Tennessee. So if you like low to mid-90s, you got your wish. That comes tomorrow. And then on Saturday, could easily be in the low to mid-90s. I think Knoxville has a good chance of getting to 95. And I do see Sunday still pretty warm as that front approaches. We're around 96. And then another round of showers coming in Sunday night into Monday morning. That's why I went 20, 40, 60% chance. And I think it'll improve dramatically Monday afternoon because Tuesday looks dry, just hazy, hot, and humid once again. And then another chance for showers and storms by middle of next week. By the way, you can keep track of all of this using the free Captain Accurate Weather app with Pete Michaels Traffic. Weather and traffic perfect together, all in one app. Just search the 2 words Captain Accurate at the App Store and Google Play. Well, my name is David Aldrich. Some people call me Captain Accurate. Stay hydrated. Make sure your water, your plants, and your pets, make sure they get extra love. And don't forget to check on your elderly neighbors. I'm sure they would appreciate it during a hot spell. A hot spell coming into town for this weekend, for sure. My name is David Aldrich. We'll see you here next time. Take care.